My name is Bill Gary with Fujitsu Biometric Solutions Group, and want to thank everyone for signing up and participating on the webinar that we have getting ready to start here this afternoon. We've got a great presentation and some great speakers lined up for you. I'll go introduce myself and the two guest speakers, and then we'll go ahead and get into the presentation. I know everyone's time is valuable, so we expect to have this webinar completed in just under 30 minutes. My name is Bill Gary, and I am with Fujitsu Biometric Solutions Group, and I am the sales manager over the education industry. Being joined by Art Dunham, who is Director of School Food Services for Pinellas County Schools. And also we have Jay Merrill joining, who is a Chief Operations Officer with MCS Software. Moving forward, a brief agenda here. Both Fujitsu and MCS will provide a quick snapshot of their companies. Then we'll go ahead and have Art Dunham provide us an overview of who Pinellas County Schools is and a case study around their deployment using both the MCS software along with the palm vein biometric technology. And then I will touch on problems that we often see today with traditional lunch line POS ID tools and how the Palm Secure technology can help, along with some quick view of the Palm Secure technology and some advantages around it. And then Jay with MCS will provide us an overview of MCS school tools and why MCS. And then we'll wrap things up with a quick overview of a recent award and some media coverage that we've received recently around education. And with questions, just due to time constraints, we determined to go ahead and post-webinar, we'll be sending out a soft copy of the presentation to everyone, along with contact information for both Fujitsu and MCS. So if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to us after the webinar. We'll be glad to set up one-on-one conference calls and answer any questions you may have. To the presentation. Quick overview of Fujitsu. A lot of times when we go ahead and post up this slide, folks don't know how large Fujitsu is. We are over a $53 billion company, over 77 years old with offices worldwide, and are the third largest IT services organization in the world, and most of the global Fortune 500 companies providing IT-based solutions. If you want to provide a quick snapshot of MCS, okay, I'll hand the baton over to you.
Thank you. I thought you were going a little bit longer than that.
Okay,
sorry.
No problem.
Right, so thank you all for joining. Quick overview of MCS. You know, we consider ourselves school nutrition experts. We've been in business since 1998, and we specialize only in the K through 12 market, so sell to hospitals, and it's just food services for school districts. Interesting note, we are in 4 of the largest school districts in the country. From far east is New York City School Software, all the way to West Los Angeles County Schools, or Los Angeles Unified School District is using us as well. 2 of the other ones are Clark County in Nevada and Broward Schools in Florida. Those are the top 4, and we have large ones. We range anywhere from 1 school to those 200 schools in New York City. So all using 1 or more of our products. We do a lot of consulting. We have done consulting with the USDA in the past. They've came to us on several topics and projects in the past, such as application scanning. They work with us. We work with them to develop guidelines for the nation to comply. We've also done a verification pilot program in conjunction with one of our clients in Louisiana. TIPS TAPS approved. This TIPS TAPS is a national co-op purchasing program that any state and district can join to purchase already discounted, audited software and hardware vendors without doing an RFP process. Interesting little note there. If you don't know about TIPS TAPS, good thing to check into. And we do have cheerleaders as customers. 99% of our customers will refer us. We're on through our customers. through great suggestions for enhancements to our software, which we want to hear today. It only makes our product better each year, as well as through their referrals. That's how we've grown. So our customers are cheerleaders, and we can't thank them enough. So speaking of great customers, let me then turn this over to one of them, Mr. Art Dunham, Food Service Director of Pinellas County Schools in Florida. Go ahead, Art.
Well, thank you, Jay. I don't know about a great customer, but I've been with MCS for pretty much in their beginnings. They started with scan applications, and we were one of the first districts in America to scan applications to reduce our to approve applications. Those of you that don't know anything about Pinellas County in Florida, located on the west coast of Florida, we have 82 elementaries, 21 middle schools, and 17 high schools for over 100,000 students. And we're eating about 58,000 meals a day. The others are buying some form a la carte. Probably another 2/3 of those are buying some form of a la carte from us. We are the second largest school district in the United States. We've been selling, I know, tons of lunches a day, a couple of tens of thousands, and punch cards. We've used barcodes. We've used swipe cards. We've used just everything that has been out there to use, including fingerprint biometric technology, and that was the latest, which was 60% accurate at best. That seemed to turn to whatever, not gold, but everything was the opposite, and was very unsuccessful in the past, and the principals were at their wits' end because they needed to get their students through the lines a lot faster. I think it was ago, maybe coming almost 3 now, at a annual conference, there was a very small meeting with just a limited number of guests that the software had found a solution they believed that could be helpful and wanted to show it to people they thought were interested. And it was amongst one of the first 5 people to see this in Florida. I was extremely impressed and could see how it would benefit moving students through the line much faster. And from I heard about it, of course the palm scan reads through your skin, reads the veins in your hand, and of course it's unique. The veins are unique as the person. In other words, a family member would not have the same pattern as the student. So that it looked like it was going to do something that would help us. So we pursued it. It was definitely cost-effective for us. We did it for about 6 months. We started in January. We took the oldest school in our county and tried the newest technology to it, hoping that we could get students through the lines faster. As you can imagine, an old school also not only had problems getting through the capture, but also had problems getting through the serving line in any great amount of speed. So we were able to drop the wait time in line from 15 minutes to 7 minutes, giving school students a 15 minutes, even as the last student went through the line, to eat. It was a dramatic increase than ever before. In cases, the students were coming through the line and having only 2 minutes left to eat. They were gobbling their food, running to class, and discarding most of it as they ran to the cafeteria into their next classroom, most of it to the trash. So we weren't eating, and a very full environment for both the students and the teachers. And we found that the device over 98% successful. And of course, it eliminates during lunch program cards or numbers, and reduces, of course, identity theft and those kinds of issues. We did the pilot Locus Jaeger, and of course, we did it for 6 months. At the end of the 6-month period, they were building a new school, and the new school was ready to open. So we incorporated the new technology in the newest building, and we incorporated it throughout the entire district. Even are amazed when they come and see that over 1,000 students come through the line within 15 minutes. See in the slide, you can see how the students will have to count at the point of sale. The palm secured and ask them to use their right hand. And many times, of course, students forget whether they're left or right, so we have to say the other right when they use the left hand. It only identifies exactly what it has taken a picture of. So if it's the right hand, it's only going to identify the right hand. What you guide for the students to put their hand on initially, so that the picture that's taken is the exact picture each time. A picture of the MCS screen on page 10 asks the student has put the hand down. They're waiting for the hand to be identified. And it'll back and say identified, and it'll give you the name of the student. It takes less than 3 seconds. We've got, in cases, we've got it down to just over 2 seconds. 11 shows you a flow pattern that the students go through to get their lunches in 4 different lines. And in most cases, they're all done in the first 15 minutes, so students have 15 minutes to eat. That was the term factor of why we wanted to use it. We wanted to get the students through the line so that they had the most time possible to eat. 15 minutes is, I guess, for just about any student. After that, they probably sort of get in trouble somehow if left alone to do so. So, but 15 minutes is important that they can just sit and eat their food without trying to gulp it down and get sickness or something because of it. They've eaten too much. Took the technology and in a little workshop, if you will, attached it to vending machines, so do a reimbursable meal. And Jay's technology people have developed what he calls a vending wedge that transfers the data from vending machine to the POS so that reports can be generated. It becomes like an additional POS. So, and it identifies as free, reduced, or paid students, and they can pick a lunch out of the vending machine. So it's been successful for Pinellas County. 6 months ago, when we in August, the mayors would say, I don't know, involved in this. It's just another thing. And if you listen to them now, they will work with it.
I think it's a great overview, and definitely appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and provide you some more details around the POM strategy and try to educate you a little bit more on that. But to start, problem that you often see in today's traditional lunchline POS ID tools. I'm sure a lot of you out there might be using ID cards or pins today, and we're currently replacing ID cards and pins in many school districts with the Palm Secure technology. With ID cards or badges, they can easily be lost, damaged, stolen, misused, or costly to replace. With pins, they can easily be forgotten, easily stolen, costly to reset, prone to fraud, or can you slow down the lines, especially when you're dealing with elementary and younger students who often forget their pens? Just an example, when it comes to being easily stolen, just an example, my nephew about 2 years ago in Florida had a student look over his shoulder and stole his 4-digit PIN and then began using it, and all of a sudden my sister-in-law's account that she was putting money into for her sons was getting depleted. So it definitely does happen out there, and you've got to watch out for that. Secure technology help out. Benefits include speed and accuracy, so it eliminates long lines for students who often forget their ID card or PIN, provides secure transactions requiring just a simple palm scan, and then it's extremely accurate. There's two numbers when it comes to biometrics to focus on: false accept rate, which often is referred to as FAR, and in simple terms, that is letting someone in the front door that should be not let in the front door. Ours is 0.00008, so that's like 8 in 10 million, extremely accurate. And then our FAR, which is a false reject rate, that's not letting someone in the front door. It should be letting in the front door. Ours is 0.01 with the Palm Secure technology. Fingerprint average is 0.15 out there, so that's where you get all your false negatives and false rejects, where you really should be allowing students to scan and move forward. And a big reason that our false reject rate is so low is because we'll go into more detail, but our sensor's contactless. Unlike a fingerprint where you're never touching the sensor, so it doesn't get banged up and used every single time a student scans. So the false reject rate with fingerprint worsens each year if you're not replacing a fingerprint reader every year and a half, where you do not have that come into play with the Palm Secure technology. Benefits include durable, hygienic, and non-intrusive. So when it comes to durable, we have a mean time between failure. That's basically the life of our sensor and the hardware. It's 830,000 hours, so that's like 80 to 90 years. So our sensors last forever. Again, no contact with the Palm Secure sensor. Most school districts are using a hand guide that positions the palm in the sweet spot for scanning and makes it easier and simpler on students. But again, you're never touching the sensor. The fact that you're not touching the sensor also leaves no biometric footprint following authentication, because you're not touching it like a fingerprint reader. And we've seen very high level of user acceptance out there. Savings. You eliminate the overhead of ID cards. We've touched on the long life of the hardware. Definitely very affordable, and you can definitely build ROIs around this. And it meets budgetary guidelines as well, as Art had mentioned. And yes, it definitely eliminates ID theft. Example I had given a couple minutes ago. Again, it's non-traceable and non-sharing authentication because you're never touching the sensor. In the Palm Vein template is encrypted. No image is stored. And we definitely see out there that this technology eliminates vandalism as well. And when we talk about vandalism, we're referring to the vending machines. The many campuses have vending machines across campus, as Art had mentioned. And students know that they're just requiring a palm scan and that there's cash or coins in them, then often that will eliminate vandalism, and students on the weekends may be trying to break in if they know that there's no money or coins in there. We definitely see is key is communication. Education promotes acceptance when you're rolling out biometrics, and as long as you educate on the front end, that promotes acceptance. So some key things to focus in on is that no images are stored with the palm scanning technology. Again, the palm vein template is encrypted. We avoid a lot of the social stigmas out there that's often associated with fingerprint technology because no law enforcement agency in the United States today uses the palm scanning technology. And then it's very safe to be used by all. Overview of some additional details on the Palm Secure technology, because this is probably new to a lot of you out there. Again, we're skin analyzing the palm vein pattern that resides in someone's hand to authenticate them. It's fast, reliable, hygienic, and easy to use. And some background on the technology. Fujitsu is based out of Tokyo, Japan. The technology has been around for over 7 years now, and some of the earliest adopters for the Palm Secure technology included the financial institutions in Japan. Japan does not have the FDIC to protect you like the U.S. does, so there's requirements for stronger authentication, for example, at the ATMs. So if you go to almost any ATM in Japan, you do the palm scanning to withdraw money, and it would be the same sensor that you would be using in your cafeteria. Also, we have a number of financial institutions also in Brazil using the Palm Secure technology. Here in the United States, biggest footprint over the past couple years has been within healthcare, especially because we are contactless with the sensor. We have over 200 hospitals in the United States using Palm Secure for patient registration. I happen to be based out of Tampa, Florida, and Baycare runs all the hospitals in Tampa, and if I happen to go into any hospital in Tampa, I use the palm scanning technology at patient registration. And now we see a major takeoff within the education arena and many school districts rolling out Palm Secure. A quick overview of how it works. At enrollment time is very quick and easy. We take 2 scans and a verification scan at enrollment, which takes about 10 to 15 seconds. A lot of school districts that roll this out often begin enrollment even at orientation before school even starts. And once we have that palm vein encrypted template, it is stored in a database for future reference. So moving forward, when students go through the line to purchase their lunch, just requires a simple palm scan, and we immediately make a match, and off they go to enjoy their lunch. You may be asking, well, why Palm Secure? Well, the veins are unique. Even identical twins are unique as well. Your left hand and your right hand is unique. Does not change over time, and there's a lot of characteristics for us to grab from within the palm to create a unique digital template. Again, we've touched on non-sharing, non-traceable authentication. Next to the heart and head, the palm has the most veins running through it, so that's why we can grab a lot there as far as characteristics. Really cool feature that folks often get a chuckle out of when I do a presentation and mention this, but at scanning time and authentication, there has to be blood flowing through the hand, so we look for blue blood flowing, so often you see in the movies you can't cut off someone's hand and get authenticated. And then it's easy to use, non-intrusive, works low temperature, and again, the palm print's always with you, so unlike an ID card, you can't forget it. Advantages, we've touched on the accuracy, the non-sharing, non-traceable, non-intrusive. Something we have not touched on the bottom here is that the technology is applicable to all users out there. So regardless of someone's ethnicity or demographic status, it works with everyone. Certain biometrics out there sometimes have problems with certain folks. And then also, applicable to all users. So external factors really have no bearing. So since we are contactless and you're never touching a sensor, if a student has skin lotion, dry skin, external factors have no bearing because you're not touching the sensor, unlike a fingerprint reader. Also, a lot of out there, for example, with MCS's software, they also have a time and attendance component that's often used with the cafeteria workers. And so a lot of cafeteria workers, when they are clocking in and out, maybe on break, for example, may have grease or dirty hands or maybe even minor burns on their palms from cooking. And all of this would have no bearing, again, because we're contactless. And then a presentation over to Jay so he can provide you a quick overview around MCS and why MCS.
All right. Yeah, this is one of our new marketing tools using here. We go school nutrition software that really works. How we came up with that is some of our new customers actually, when they implement an MCS, they're like, wow, it really works, as you said. So that's why we started using that. But it's a quick little list of our M-School tools, which is our suite of products. We do everything starting with the free and reduced solution where you process your applications through the scanner or keying them in. We also have the online applications apply for lunch solution where parents can go online and put application and it's processed immediately through the system. All these tools, by the way, are real-time integrated with each other, so when an application is put in the line, it's immediately available in free and reduced and approved and immediately available in the point-of-sale line. The point-of-sale transaction solution system is all, it's a complete system itself. It has the profit and loss, financial reporting, all kinds of reporting mechanism built in with it. When a student enrolled, we also work with, so if a student's enrolled immediately, it could flow down to the point of sale immediately. It's online payments. When they go, parent goes online to make a payment, the payment is available in the serving line a second later. There's no delay. It's that real time. I use an inventory system, which is a full-blown system. It does anywhere from bid analysis to nutrient analysis, menus, menu planning, inventory, production. The whole suite is all built into that one module. And then as Bill just also, we have a timekeeper system that your people get in and out through IDs or palm scanning or fingerprint scanning. We don't want to go there anymore, so all palm scanning. So a brief overview of the tools and why choose MCS. As I said a little bit, we are innovators for the K-12 market because that's what we specialize in. The first we were the first to do application scanning in the country. We're now first to do palm scanning in point of sale. We're the first and only that I'm aware of that does biometric in vending machines. We're approved on the TIPS vendor list, so you can buy without an RFP. Again, we have a totally integrated system, all modules that are available out there. By any competition, you'll see our system will only be better. And again, prove our stability and successful we are. We're in 4 of the largest 6 districts in the country. Proven ROI or return on investment. We can provide stats with you on those. You can also see them on our website. These were provided through districts that have implemented with us recently and in the past. And we were named the most innovative company in that Business Excellence Awards. That's one of our recent awards. Thank you all for your time today, and we're available for questions afterwards or via email, and I'll back over to Bill to finish up.
Thanks. We just wanted to touch here on the back end. Recent award that Fujitsu received around the Palm Secure technology was that it was named one of 10 technologies that will make a difference and change the world by Scientific American magazine. Also, we have received a good deal of news and media coverage around the Pinellas County school deployment, including newscasts on CBS, Fox, and multiple other news stations. And Art has been interviewed by numerous magazines out there around the deployment, including child nutrition professionals. We want to thank everyone again and thank the speakers, Jay and Art, both for joining today. And again, we will be following up with everyone post-webinar with a soft copy of the presentation and see about getting a recorded version to everyone as well. If any of you had any problems or technical difficulties dialing into this, we'll be more than glad to schedule a one-on-one review of this presentation in person or over a conference call as well. Thanks again for everyone for joining. I hope you have a great afternoon, and we look forward to talking to you very, very soon. Thank you.